Hispanic legislators worry about Biden's stance on family migration. The Congressional Hispanic Caucus, CHC, is concerned about the Biden administration's ambivalent stance on ending family detention of border crossers forever. Following news reports on Monday that a return to family confinement was being discussed internally, administration officials have repeatedly refused to rule out reintroducing the policy that was terminated by the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, in 2021. Those stories sparked a wide range of indignant responses from CHC members, who see the end of family detention as a bright spot in the Biden administration's otherwise mediocre immigration record. To allay worries about an impending return to family detention, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas spoke with some CHC members late on Tuesday. However, several members chose to forego the conversation. Representative Raul Grijalva, Democrat Arizona, one of the lawmakers who skipped the call with Mayorkas, told The Hill on Wednesday, "You're trying to appease some of the extremists that want to seal the border on the Republican side and insulate from the heat that you're getting, and the feeling that this is a political liability and have to be a little bit tougher than we are." In an effort to score political points with border hardliners before the election, Grijalva criticized the Biden administration for even considering such a policy. He said, "You're attempting to appease some of the extremists on the Republican side who want to seal the border and insulate from the heat that you're receiving. They feel that this is a political liability and have to be a little bit tougher than we are. So the detention issue will lead to other issues, like the family split issue and what to do with kids. Put them in custody, do you? You're going to revive all those disputes that occurred under Trump," Grijalva continued. In general, CHC participants who listened to Mayorkas' call voiced confidence that family detention was unlikely to occur in the near future. Mayorkas allegedly informed members that it was just an idea floated, according to Representative Darren Soto, Democrat Florida. Despite claiming to have really wonderful open lines of communication with the secretary, Representative Veronica Escobar, Democrat Texas, a close ally of the administration on immigration and border security matters, said a return to family detention would cross a red line. "We owe it to the administration to offer suggestions and answers. I maintain my concentration on that. But I'm also not afraid to say which ideas are off limits or wholly unacceptable. To me, family confinement is wholly unacceptable. Children are harmed by it. And I commend Secretary Mayorkas and the government for eliminating it as a policy," said Escobar. Where the suggestion to reinstate the family detention policy is emanating from is another topic for discussion. In an interview with CNN's Christiane Amanpour that aired on Wednesday, Mayorkas said that the proposal that caused the family detention crisis originated within Homeland Security but did not completely rule out the chance of reintroducing the practice. "Christiane, one thing I encourage in this area is to consider all of your options. The greatest ideas come from open and honest debate and really just a robust discussion of alternatives. Great, good, bad, or terrible, let's discuss them and many will be left on the cutting room floor. We still haven't decided," he said. The idea may have originated with Director of the United States Domestic Policy Council Susan Rice, suggested Senator Bob Menendez, DNJ, the chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, prior to the CHC's meeting with Mayorkas on Tuesday evening. This indicates a growing divide between the White House and some Democrats over immigration in general. Menendez bemoaned the administration's overall lack of communication on immigration matters and claimed that during a meeting he had with Mayorkas earlier this month, the topic of returning to family detention was not brought up. Then he said that Mayorkas may not have come up with the policy concept. Menendez told reporters, "I don't know if Secretary Mayorkas is the origin of this notion, might be more like Susan Rice." When questioned about whether family detentions might change under the new White House Chief of Staff Jeff Zients, who assumed his responsibilities in February, Menendez remained steadfast. "To be completely honest with you, I don't believe it is Zients. I believe Susan Rice is more to blame," he said. When questioned about the comment Wednesday night, a Menendez spokesperson told The Hill that the senator's words stand for themselves. The spokesman did not provide any concrete support for his claims. Menendez's comments about Rice were described as categorically false by Abdullah Hassan, a spokesperson for the White House. At the very least, Mayorkas' assurances to the CHE gave the government the initiative once more. We summoned the secretary in charge of that issue before us at the meeting we had yesterday because of an article that appeared in a reputable newspaper. We greatly value his response. We had an open conversation. Representative Tony Cardenas said, and now we're going to move on to watch and see what the administration does. Democrat California.